Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we will talk about how to use AWS.NET SDK to manipulate object inside object storage AWS S3. So we will see how to create a new bucket, how to upload file, how to download and read file, how to list files, and how to delete object. So you might wondering what are some benefits of using SDKs. Well, first of all, there is much faster and more simple development. You don't have to write API calls yourself, you don't have to handle retries, and you don't have to sign requests. That automatically means that your development time is cheaper and you have cost savings there. Also, SDKs provide pre-built modules, components, packages, and tools for developers to build, test, and deploy software applications. They simplify developing, testing, and integration with other services and systems. Let's go ahead and create a new project. Let it be console application, and let's call it aws.learn.s3. Let it be .NET 8 project, and let's create it. Next, let's right click on the dependencies, click manage NuGet packages, and search for the S3, AWS SDK S3, and click install. So before writing any code, please make sure that you download and install AWS CLI console. You can Google it, and from this page you can download it and install it. After that, you run AWS configure and copy and paste access key and the secret key. And the access key and the secret key you can get by navigating to IAM, users, click particular user, and then click create access key. From there, you can get access key and the secret access key. So let's start using AWS SDK for S3 by creating new instance of the Amazon S3 client and the bucket name variable, which will represent the name of the bucket. Please make sure your name is actually different, since those names must be unique across the whole world, not just your account. After that, let's create a createBucket async method, which accepts those two variables, and write the code which actually creates bucket. So you create new instance of the put bucket request and call put bucket async method. So let's call this method and run the app. And it seems it is created successfully. Let's make sure, go to S3, refresh, and here it is. We can also use S3 utils class to check if bucket already exists. So call does S3 bucket exist v2 async method, supply with client and the bucket name, and if it does, just return. So let's comment out this code, since creating new bucket is allowed only once, and let's see how to upload some file. So create a new text document, let's call it my file, and put something there, file, and choose copy always. That will make sure that this file is always present in the bin folder when it is executed. So it will be there once we build an app. And here it is. Now let's start writing the code for the uploading this file. So let's create upload file async method and put try and catch block. And since our file is called my_file, let's create a file name variable, create a key name. Key name is actually how this file will be called on the S3. let's grab the bin folder path and create the final path of this myfile.txt and use the transfer utility class from the amazon.s3.transfer namespace and call the upload async method to basically upload this file. Now let's call this method, so upload file async, and let's run the app. And it seems it is uploaded successfully. Let's make sure. Refresh this. And here it is. So let's comment out this code for uploading file and create a new method called read file from S3 and print async. This method will basically read that file and print to the console its content. So put try catch block, and actual code for reading the file and printing is here. So let's go through it. We create a new instance of the get object requests, put bucket name and the key name as the parameter, and call get object async. After that, we will read that stream and print its content. So let's call this method. And for the name, it will be the same name as the file we just uploaded. And let's run the app. And as you can see, content of the file is sampling. But what if we have to download a lot of files? For example, 10,000 of files. Well, by default, S3 returns only 1,000. And if we want to fetch more, we will use something called concatenation token to fetch another 1,000 and another 1,000, etc. That parameter is actually configurable. But before downloading files, we need, of course, to upload a lot of files. So let's use for loop to upload files. Let's introduce third parameter for the upload file async method. And after that, we can run the app. So this is the first time upload async is called, and let's see, refresh, and here it is. Let's remove the breakpoint and let's wait to upload to complete. So what I noticed that it takes a lot of time to upload those files, so you can put something lower here, but anyway higher than 1,000. Then you can create a method get files from bucket after commenting out this code after upload is finished, and you can then put try catch block there. What this method will do is to get all the files from the bucket. So go ahead and let's create list object v2 request instance and call client list object v2 async method inside do while loop. So let's call this method. And let's run the app. And what you will notice is that response will return only 1,000 of files, and since there are a lot more, there will be another request which will return another 1,000 and another. And since I uploaded 3,151 files, this is the last request. And that's it. So let's go a step back to the method upload file async, comment get files from bucket method for now. And for the third parameter, key name, put something like this. So first we can put datetime.now.year slash datenow.now.month slash datetime now day slash and whatever. For example, datetime now date dot txt, and let's run the app, and let's go back to the S3 console and search for the 2024, and what you notice is actually folder, and this is another folder, and this is another, and here is the file. Actually, files on the S3 are stored flat, but in the console they are represented as folders if your key contains slashes. So let's do another approach for uploading file. So let's copy this method. Let's call it put object async and create instance of the put object request. So put object request and supply bucket name and the key, and call S3 client put object async, and for the parameter put object request. Let's await and remove this code. Let's call this method instead, and let's run the app. And as you can see, file is uploaded successfully. Let's make sure, refresh it, and current time is here, so file is uploaded successfully. When you click on some object, you can notice that each object contains metadata, so you can use programmatic approach to upload some metadata. So use put object request metadata and add some key, for example my key and my value, and let's run the app and let's see if we refresh. You can see metadata is here. So you might be wondering what is difference between those two approaches with transfer utility, upload async method and put object request. Well, upload async is used to upload large files. As you can see, multiple threads are used to read the file and perform multiple uploads in parallel. For large uploads, the files will be divided and uploaded in parts using Amazon S3 multi-part API. And finally, let's make a method that will delete some object. So static async task delete object async, and let's create a new instance of the delete object request, and we can supply it with a bucket name as the parameter and key name, and let's call this method. So await client delete object async. So let's call this method. So instead of putting object, let's delete it and run the app. and let's see. So let's refresh it. And as you can see, the file doesn't exist anymore. So file is actually permanently deleted, but you can also go to the bucket properties, enable bucket versioning. What will this allow is that once object is deleted, that will just mark it as deleted and you can restore it at any point. And that's it for this video. I hope you liked it and see you in the next one.